Benson for the point. Back to Benner through the block and down. He'll go. Back to pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy diving. He's in.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to Region 1 Volleyball tonight in Lisbon, North Dakota. It's the Lisbon Broncos and the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds here on your live event. Taking a look at the matchup here for the visiting Warbirds at 1-5 on the season, 0-1 in Region 1 play. They lost to a South Dakota team, Britton Hulka, the last time out on Tuesday. Their last Region 1 match was a week ago today, losing in straight sets against Northern Cass. The one win comes back on August the 28th against North Border for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. For the Lisbon Broncos, head coached by Veronica Carter, a mark of 2-6-1 on the season, 0-1 in Region 1 play. For the Lisbon Broncos, last time out, they lost a heartbreaker to Maple River in Region 1 play a week ago tonight out in Tower City, 3-2. Their last time out in non-region action, they traveled to Napoleon to go up against the Imperials, in which they lost 3-0 back on Tuesday. After tonight is done for Lisbon, they will play in the Volley in the Valley tournament in Castleton. That'll be upcoming on Saturday. For Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they will have a little time off, as between now and their next match, they will go up against the Central Cass Squirrels at 7:30 at home on Tuesday. So that's a little preview of what we have coming up on our Erie Insurance pregame show. What we have coming up here for you, we'll take a look at the latest Class B volleyball polls for the Erie Insurance pregame show. Also, we'll take a look at the Region 1 standings, your out-of-town scoreboard as well. And when we come back, we're going to bring in Will Thompson, our color man tonight, and he'll give you a little preview of what he saw a week ago today for Lisbon in Tower City and what the Broncos just need to kind of shore up a little bit. Still very early on in the season. Again, volleyball goes through August, September, October, and you want to be playing in November in the Region 1 tournament and in the state tournament as well. Again, it's Region 1 volleyball tonight in Lisbon, and this is the Erie Insurance pregame show. We're back after this as our pregame show continues here on your live event.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
If you're in need of Minnesota and/or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating 40 years of service in 2021. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. Call or text toll free at 888-683-5253 or visit their website at nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures.
Back here on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we do have action here in about 10 minutes or so before we get to the starting lineups and alongside the national anthem. And we got things ready to go between the Lisbon Broncos and the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds. Chase Miller alongside Will Thompson. And Will, a week ago tonight in Tower City against a new co-op with Maple River, which features Maple Valley and alongside Hope Page. It was a 5-setter, went right down to the wire that Lisbon came up on the short end of the stick. But in that match a week ago tonight, I guess what were some things that you liked, and what do you think are some things that Coach Veronica Carter wants to see improvement from 7 days ago, Will?
Yeah, Chase, that was a heartbreaker to be on the other end of. The biggest thing that I saw from Lisbon is that they too often were allowing huge runs to start the sets. Both sets that they won, they allowed a 5-point run to start the first set and a 9-point run to start the third set. And they were able to rally together and go on huge runs themselves, which is very encouraging. But because they dug themselves into such a big hole early in the set, they weren't able to overcome it. We saw this in the final set. You know, you only go to 15 in the final set. They were unable to dig themselves out of a huge hole that they started. But as in terms of individual players, we saw Katie DePlazis, really good outside hitting, also really good outside hitting by Kyra Heckrell. So the outside hitting was good, and it had to be in Tower City with that low ceiling. Placing a lot of good balls and a lot of good experience. We saw a lot miss, but a lot were there and really strong outside hitting. So they're going to look to improve on that inside, defensive wall, but really try to feature that outside hitting that was working pretty well for Lisbon last week.
That's Will Thompson talking a little bit there about the Lisbon Broncos. For the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds, a fairly young team, just one senior on their roster. You're going to see a lot of sophomores and junior in the rotation here for Tanner Carlson, 1-5 on the year. They played against pretty good competition, though, in Northern Cass and Langdon, to be precise, for a couple of those matches, and those are two teams that always have quality competition. Langdon was in the state championship a year ago as runners-up, and for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, their last state tournament appearance is in 2009. On the opposite side for the Lisbon Broncos, their last state tournament appearance is in 2008. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back after this with a look at your Region 1 standings on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Also, your out-of-town scoreboard and the latest Class B volleyball poll. That's all to come here in Lisbon. It's the Warbirds of Wyndmere Lidgerwood and the Broncos of Lisbon. It's Region 1 volleyball tonight here on your live events.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Olson Accounting offers services for individuals including financial and retirement planning, taxes, estate planning, and elder care. For business, Olson Accounting can help you with a variety of services including payroll, audit, strategic planning, and taxes. Learn more about these services and more to help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
As we're back here on our Irie Insurance pregame show, our final segment before we get to the first serve between the hometown Broncos of Lisbon alongside the visiting Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds here in this matchup on a Thursday night. Taking a look at the Region 1 standing, still very early. The top 4 teams in Region 1 earn a bye into the quarterfinals, while seeds 5 through 8 will host a play-in, and seeds 9 through 12 will have to travel on the road. But right now, Oak Grove undefeated at 2-0 in Region 1 play, and then you have Northern Cass, Central Cass, Kindred, Maple River, and Hankinson all at 1-0 in Region 1 play. Richland, Enderlin, Lisbon, Wyndmere, Lidgerwood, Tri-State, and Sargent County at 0-1 respectively. So the winner of tonight improves to 1-1 in the conference. And more importantly, you take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, we'll see what happens with Enderlin and Sargent County. Same thing, the winner of that game goes to 1-1 on the year, while the loser drops to 0-2 in region play. Tri-State at Northern Cass, the Jags will look to get to 2-0 early on. Richland at Kindred's a very interesting matchup. Richland, a smaller team in terms of Megan Rube. They have about 7 or 8 girls, and that's what they play with on rotation, and that's what they're going to do. Kindred, a very deep team also. You got Berner, you got Dukeshire, you have alongside with them a Taryn Johnson, a lot of girls that people remember from basketball the last couple of seasons. That'll be an intriguing game here in Region 1 tonight. Oak Grove at Hankinson. Hankinson with Kaya Mauk, and she might be your Miss Region Senior Athlete of the Year. She's probably already a candidate because of how many years she's played for the Hankinson Pirates for Miss Mauk. And you got on the opposite side there, the Oak Grove Grovers. And Oak Grove, they could be the first team in region play to improve to 3-0 in the region. So that is going to be a tightly contested game, not too far from us here in Lisbon at Hankinson. And the final game tonight, Maple River at Central Cass. Maple River lost their last time out on Tuesday against Lamorlich Marion. That one went to 5 sets against a quality Lobo team, and it doesn't get any easier with a top 10 ranked squad in Central Cass. We'll kind of see what the barometer is early on for the Raiders here in this co-op as you take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. The Class B volleyball poll, the top 10, defending champ Lincoln HMB number 1, Langdon Area Enmore Munich, the Cardinals at number 2, Thompson 3 with Northern Cass 4 and Kenmare in the top 5. So you have one Region 1 team in the top 5, and you have another in the top 10. Dickinson Trendy is 6, and we mentioned the Squirrels of Central Cass, they're at 7. The Grafton Spoilers 8, Oaks and Minot Ari Deemers are tied respectively at 9. And in Region 1, Kindred is the first team in the receiving votes category. So if you had a top 11 poll, you'd have 3 teams out of Region 1 in the top 11. And that, when you take a look at it here as we close out our pregame show, when you have that strong a competition up top, games like this with Lisbon and Wyndmere Lidgerwood early on in the region standings, they mean something because you don't want to dig yourself. You mentioned a hole play in the game. You don't want to go 0-2 to start a conference play and dig yourself out of a hole here for the rest of September and October in region play.
Oh, it's a microcosm, or a macrocosm, really, of the whole thing. And so certainly as you're talking, it's early. Mistakes will be made, but this is the important part of the schedule when you get those mistakes ironed out. And like you said, you don't dig yourself in a big hole before those bigger names on the schedule get up there.
It's after this game gets done for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they are going up against one of those bigger names in Central Cass again on Tuesday. Then they're at Oak Grove a week from tonight. So 2 teams in the top end of Region 1 play. For the Lisbon Broncos, they will square off at Tri-State for their next Region 1 game a week from tonight, or on Tuesday, excuse me. That does it for Irie Insurance pregame show. We're back after this. Starting lineups and the opening serve from Lisbon. It's Region 1 Volleyball on your live event.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
In Lisbon, contact Lance Gulson at 701-683-4713.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Farming to
As we're back here in Lisbon, let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the visitors on the scoreboard. Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds. You got alongside Lincoln running the camera here tonight. You got Will Thompson, and you got myself, Chase Miller, here on the call. For the Warbirds, they'll go like this. Kiara Johnson, the sophomore libero at 5'7". You have Carolyn Pitts, the sophomore outside hitter at 6'2". Lauren Oster at 5'7". Chloe Nelson, an outside hitter at junior at 5'9". Gracie Kaczynski, the junior middle hitter at 5'10". McKenna Vosberg, a sophomore middle hitter. And Hannah Fowler, the junior setter at 5'8". So Johnson, Pitts, Oster, Nelson, Kaczynski, Vosberg, and Fowler. That'll be your starting rotation here tonight for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. The Warbirds head coached by Tanner Carlson with a mark of 1 win, 5 losses, and 0-1 in Region 1 play out in their road black uniforms. Now for the Lisbon Broncos, we'll take a look at their starting lineups. They'll go like this. Kyra Heckrell, a sophomore middle blocker at 5'10". Clarissa Hoffer, a sophomore middle hitter at 5'10 as well. Cheyenne Willetsko, a senior at 6 foot even. Taylor Gilbert, a senior middle hitter at 6'1". Katie DePazes, a senior middle hitter at 5'9". And Asha Sweet, the senior setter at 5'4". So Heckrell, Hoffer, Willetsko, Gilbert, DePazes, and Sweet here for the Lisbon Broncos. They're head coached by Veronica Carter with the mark of 2 wins, 6 losses, 1 tie in a volleyball tournament earlier to start in August, and 0-1 in Region 1 play. Lisbon again head coached by Veronica Carter out in their home white uniforms with red trim and gold numerals outlined in red. It is rally scoring here in high school volleyball. Best of 5, so you got to win 3, and then the first 4 sets up to 25 points, win by 2. If we get to a 5th set, it'll be up to 15, still win by 2. Rally scoring. Wyndmere Lidgerwood and the Lisbon Broncos. Winner earns 1-1, their first win on the season in Region 1 play, while the loser will drop to 0-2. Should be a fun one here tonight. As we take a look, a reminder, on yourliveevent.com, you can find out future schedules, whether it's soccer, volleyball, or football here in the fall, and take a look across the Red River Valley in both Minnesota and North Dakota on matches and games that are coming up. Go to yourliveevent.com, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, or alongside, simply go to YouTube where you can watch all the games for free as well. Yes, free games on the web, and watch them on demand by searching Your Live Event on YouTube. For the Lisbon Broncos, they'll be going left to right to start on your screen. For Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they'll be going right to left, respectively. Chase Miller, Will Thompson, and Lincoln is running the camera here on this Thursday night. Thank you very much for tuning in to high school volleyball here on Your Live Event. And we'll see, as Will mentioned in our pregame show, which team can get off to a hot start early. Well, in the JV match, it seemed like neither team could kind of pull away from each other. 2 points one way, 2 points the other way. We'll see what happens here to start varsity play.
Well, and all 3 sets of that JV game went past that 25-point mark.
You know it's close. Here comes the opening serve. That'll be at 7:33 on a Thursday night. This one cross-court, dug onto the back by Johnson. Then it goes to the net, and Heckrell was there, and it's going to be a point for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, and the Warbirds will continue to serve with Lauren Oster.
Yeah, a little early of a jump there from Heckrell, unable to cleanly get it down.
Oster serves. This one comes to the middle, and that just goes right through the wickets there on the backhand set of DePlazes. And now for Wyndmere Lidgerwood quickly, 2 points. And, well, this is something you said in our pregame again, getting off to an early start, and we'll see if that can continue here with Oster. This one gets hit down the right-hand side. There's Lyons, back set by Sweet. Heckrell just bumps it over then on 3. This one comes to the near side here. That's to Nelson. Double blocked at the net. She was trying to go through Let's-Go and alongside with Hoffer. It goes out of play on the block, and it's 3 straight points to the Warbirds.
Well, if you want to give up a point on a block, though, you want to give it up on the block and not miss the block like they were doing a lot last week.
Sweet back sets. That's going to go to the Plazas. Now it goes right-hand side. Ball gets hit over the net. This one's going to be kept alive. Now it goes outside. Free ball coming from Heckrell. This one into the middle. That's going to be with Nelson and Wyndmere Lidgerwood. A little out of sorts on the rotation. They try to get it over. They do, and Heckrell does a nice job seeing it hit the top of the net to keep it going. Well, Let's-Go tries to go with it, and an error here on the Lisbon Broncos. Broncos right now just will continue to look a little bit on their passing as they're down 4-0 here in this first set of play. This one dug out in the middle by DePlazas, bumped over then on 2 by Sweet. Now it comes to the middle, trying to get one over Skaczynski as she does. Sweet with the back set. That one's going to go there too. And underneath, and we get a timeout on the court after Taylor Gilbert just had a miss it. 5 quick points early on in this one for the visiting Warbirds. It's Wyndmere Lidgerwood 5. The Lisbon Broncos scoreless here in set number 1 on Your Live Event.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country, experts in every field.
And we're back here inside Lisbon High School. 5 straight points for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, and Oster continues to serve, and she comes back with the ace. Oster's had a couple of nice one of those. Now it's already quickly 6-0 on your scoreboard.
Oh, and this is exactly what Lisbon wanted to avoid. This is a big hole to start it. They're lucky it's just the first set and they've got time to sort it out, but 6 is a big hole to start the game.
Heckrell goes outside, and that one goes out of play, so 7-0 now, Wyndmere Lidgerwood. And if you're just Coach Veronica Carter, you're just trying to take a look at this one and say, hey, you know what? Let's just settle down. Maybe set number 1 might go to the Warbirds, but let's find some rhythm right now and try to get on the scoreboard. They do. Pitts on that hit just went out of play over the net and out of bounds on the baseline, and a point upcoming here for the Lisbon Broncos.
And now the Broncos have the opportunity to take control and set the tempo with their serves.
Heckrell, this one's going to get pushed over there by Nelson. The Plazas gets there, and then Sweet just kind of hits that one on the back set, and it's going to be a lift and a point.
Well, if they don't watch out, this 1-8 run to start it could really balloon. They've made errors all over the court so far here today.
Wyndmere Lidgerwood up 8-1. Well, let's go with the set. They get it over on a free ball there with Sweet. Dug out back right corner. Here comes the set. Near side is Pitts. Pitts goes cross court, goes right back over there. And the Warbirds just got to get it over on 3. This one hit into the net, and it's going to be a point for the Lisbon Broncos. And, well, sometimes in volleyball, you just got to take advantage of what the opposition gives you. And sometimes, like anything, got to throw the ball over the plate in baseball, got to tackle in football. And sometimes it's the same in volleyball. Just got to take advantage of what it kind of gives you. And right now, Wyndmere Lidgerwood has a couple of unforced errors.
Well, and the Broncos got kind of lucky on that point, too. A block that just happened to go right back over, and they made something out of the opportunity on the set over to them.
Lyons comes on to serve here for the Lisbon Broncos. Ariel, a senior setter, as they have a couple of substitutions in the contest. Clarissa Hoffer on the front-hand side. Hecker on the back with Sweet for the Lisbon Broncos. For Wyndmere Lidgerwood, both teams making sure they're taking a look at their rotations up front here. For the Warbirds, you have Johnson there. Alongside with her to the right-hand side, Gracie Kaczynski. In the back, you're going to have Johnson, the libero, and newly inserted Tara Healy. And it goes right to the aforementioned Healy. Well, the Warbirds will come in the middle. Kaczynski, she goes through a triple block that's blocked at the net, and they quickly get it over. Heckrell able to cover, but can't get that pass going towards the direction of the net. So a side out here for the Warbirds, up 9-2. Kaczynski comes on to serve here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Hits it back left corner. Heckrell's there for the dig. Now they set it to the middle. Here's just a deep push, and that one is going to be a point. They'll say off the deflection. Taylor Gilbert throwing darts. It's 9-3 now. Warbirds give up a point, but for the Lisbon Broncos, they're on to serve.
Well, that was excellent placement. Hopefully something like that can inspire the team and spark some sort of run here.
Kaya Sweet on to serve here for the Broncos. That one gets over the net, dug out in the back. Here comes a front set to the near side. Cross court hit, Heckrow is there. Goes to the outside for the Broncos. That's Sweet, and she gets that one to the top of the net but can't roll over, and it's a point for Wyndmere Lidgerwood as the Broncos will bring on Davis.
Last week we saw the Lisbon Broncos get pretty lucky with the ribbon. A lot of things rolling over it. Not so lucky here to start so far, though.
Brooke Davis, the junior setter into the game for Coach Carlson and the Warbirds, and she gets the ace. That's going to be a point, but they said they kept it alive. Excuse me, I was ready to go on my score sheet and say she got the point. Wyndmere Lidgerwood eventually does get the point with a Vosberg kill, and well, sometimes you got to wait till they say the whistle blows, and I didn't do that there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it looked like a really unbelievable pancake. Unfortunately, Lisbon couldn't take advantage and get a point on that rally.
Broncos with Gilbert. They just push it over on 3. Here comes the Warbirds with Pitts. Pitts goes cross-court, dugout back right corner. Now it comes to the middle for the Broncos. There's the tip. Nice placement. Just going to keep it in the court of play, but DePlazas had the perfect thought. Saw a double block come. Saw the 10-foot line open and was just going to give it a little push over the net, but unfortunately just about a couple inches too far out of bounds, and a point for Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
I tried to get creative, but the fundamentals haven't been sound so far. You have to have those sound before you can get too creative.
Heckrell able to get the bump. Here it comes over on 3. That's going to be with Kaya Sweet. Wyndmere Lidgerwood with pitch. She gets the tip. Kept alive by the Broncos as they just get it over. That's with Asha Sweet. Now Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they have to just hit one, and that's going to be into the net. The libero Johnson all the way back at the service line. A little bit out of rotation and out of rhythm, but a point for the Broncos, and we'll see if Lisbon can make a little rally down by 8 here in the first set.
It's not out of the question, but they're going to have to make a move quick.
Warbirds, they get it over with Vosberg. Dugout back right corner on the cover. Here comes the Broncos. Heckrell gets it over on the free ball. Wyndmere Lidgerwood resets. Here it comes to the near side. Pitts, and Pitts hits one into the net. Back-to-back points for Lisbon. Reminder, Lisbon was down 5-0 to start this game before they took the timeout, and now all of a sudden you look on the scoreboard, they're down 12-5, and we'll see if the Broncos can continue this little rally. Johnson to the right-hand side. That's me with Vosberg. Vosberg gets it over on 3. Dangerous play down the sideline, pushed over, then by Sweet. This one goes to the middle, and just miscommunication, and 3 straight points to the Broncos. So Willie mentioned time to giddy up if you're a Bronco fan. 3 straight points. This helps. Now you're down by 6 in set number 1.
Yeah, when the other team starts making mistakes, it feels pretty good. You can go on a run yourself.
Gilbert on to serve again. This one comes to the middle for the Warbirds. They'll set with Davis. Backs a deep push. Covered there by the right-hand side by Kaya Sweet. To the outside is Asha Sweet. Nice diving effort by Johnson, but they can't get it over then on the push. Running out of real estate there was Vosberg. Very tight volleyball to the net, and it's 4 straight points for the Lisbon Broncos.
Yeah, not a lot of room to maneuver around there, and unfortunately that leads to another point for the Broncos.
Dugout back left corner by Oster. Oster gets it back to Gilbert. Sweet just gets a little nice tip, and she gets the roll to go. And hey, it squad that was down again 5-0, 12-5. They continue to just chip away, down by 4 here in set number 1 is Lisbon.
Well, and this is what they did last week, and if it works, it works. But you'd think that there would be a bit of a heart attack mentality over there.
And we got a timeout by Coach Carlson of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. 6 straight points to the Broncos. They're down by 3. We're back after this on your live event.
If you're in need of Minnesota and or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Back here in Lisbon, all of a sudden what will look like the Warbirds are going to stretch out their wings and continue to fly a little bit. Up 5-0, got up 12-3 at one point, but 6 straight points for the Broncos has forced Coach Carlson to call a timeout. You've had one by Coach Veronica Carter, one by Coach Carlson, and we'll see what the adjustments are, but continuing to serve for Lisbon is going to be Taylor Gilbert, the senior middle hitter after the timeout. Broncos back within 3. This one dug on the back. Here comes a back set. This is to Johnson. Gets it over. Back left corner. Gilbert's there. She makes way. They get it over on the free ball then from the Broncos. This one comes to the middle. Set near side. That's Pitts. Goes cross court. Dugout back right there by Sweet. That's Kaya into the back. Gilbert with a deep push into the middle. Johnson with the nice pass. This one comes to the hit. Trying to get it over and finding the spot is going to be the sophomore middle hitter in Vosberg, and a very desperately needed point there for the Warbirds well on their side.
Yeah, it snaps the streak with some crafty placement.
13-9 Warbirds here in set number 1 in Region 1 volleyball here on your live event. This one to the right-hand side, almost ran out of room. Gilbert comes up, and she hits that one into the net, and the Warbirds get back-to-back points. That's okay. You're trying to get Gilbert, who can really hit the volleyball pretty hard and find places to put it, trying to get her a little bit of a touch. Dangerous pass. Here comes Sweet. She gets it over, missing left-hand side. And right now, I think for both coaches, you would say it's more about the mental mistakes than what the other teams may be doing in terms of points at 15-9 right now.
Well, those mistakes have exaggerated some of these runs so far today.
Lisbon Broncos with Sweet. They'll go outside Heckrell. Heckrell 10-foot line, gets it over. Nice job by Johnson on the dig. Here comes a bump over then on 2 by the Warbirds with Davis. Heckrell finds a spot. Good tip, good placement. Pitts got down there, tried to get the right fist, but instead it's going to be a tip kill for Heckrell and a side out, and Let's Go checks back in for the Broncos.
Well, that's beautifully placed by Heckrell. Just as soft as can be to slam it, or to set it in there.
The Plazas comes on to serve for Lisbon. Lisbon will love another little 5-0, 6-0 run. Davis sets. This comes to the middle as it goes across with Nelson. And they get it over with Let's Go on the bump. Johnson to Davis. Front sets, near side back. That's going to be to Nelson with the kill. And a point for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. But that's one thing the Warbirds have done well enough. Anytime Lisbon might get a little rally going outside of one time, well, they've really answered the bell early on.
Well, volleyball, just like basketball, is a game of runs, and it's how you answer those runs that matters the most.
Johnson on their serve. Gilbert with the dig. Here comes Sweet to the middle. Heckrell, look out. Heckrell had the nice 1-2 bounce, but just only hit the pinky. If she would have got the full fist on that, she might have had a divot on the court.
And we saw this last week with her just slightly mishitting, but that's about one of the more mishit ones I've seen from her.
Here comes Heckrell this time, and there's the divot. 17-11. Look out, Heckrell's coming through the train tracks.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be known as that one that got just the pinky on it. She'll slam it down, too.
And you can kind of see what Heckrell will. You talk about timing or a game of runs, but also volleyball is just finding that rhythm and that 1-2 step. We're not talking about the Sierra song from a decade ago. Here comes a 6-point deficit, though, by the Broncos. Bump now for Lisbon. Lisbon was Sweet. They go to the middle, getting partially blocked at the net after the hit there by Hoffer. Wyndmere Lidgerwood cross court. Nice placement and the fine for the Warbirds, as that's Oster, and that's a tough one. Well, from one 10-foot line to the other 10-foot line, Lauren perfectly placed volleyball.
Well, not only did they not really have anybody in the area either, but it didn't seem like it was worth it to dive for that one. Just perfectly placed.
18-11 Warbirds trying to continue here on the run, and they get the ace. Make it 19-11 right now. I think Coach Carter just trying to let her girls play through this one, understanding where they were to start this first set, in which that Lisbon has never held the lead yet, as they come back on to serve with Oster. Sweet to the outside. This one goes down. Nice job by Johnson getting all the way down to a knee. Pitts then gets it over on 3. Here comes Sweet again. Back sets this to Let's Go. 10-foot line cross court. Just misses by a half-foot. Good idea. Good placement. Just couldn't keep it in the court of play. It's 20-11 now for the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds.
And they're not all going to fall your way, but like you said, you like the thinking there. Really good idea. Just got to execute a little better.
Gilbert now, as they get it over for Lisbon, unable to do so as the pauses. And that one hits the net 21-11. But you saw Lisbon have a little bit of life. Again, down 12-0, down 5-0, 12-3. They came back out of within 3, as this one by Oster is hit out of play. And now if there's a time for another 5-0-6-0 run for the Broncos, it's with Heckrell serving right now, Will.
Yeah, this is when you're going to need it. You only can give up 4 more points in this set.
Heckrell gets the serve, dug out there by Johnson. Pitts gets it over on 3. Heckrell with the backside dig. Asha Sweet with the front set to Gilbert. Gilbert goes down the line. Johnson was there, though. Pitts now near sideline, as that's going to go to Nelson. Hits it in the net. Back-to-back points to the Broncos, and they're down by 9 in what was one of the longest rallies that we've seen so far here tonight.
Yeah, well, and that's encouraging.
Here comes Heckrell. Heckrell dug out by Pitts on the near side. Here comes a set by Fowler. They go to Nelson. No touch at the net. They're asking for a tip, and I don't think they're going to give it to him, so a point for the Lisbon Broncos. A football score right now, 21-14 Warbirds. Heckrell on to serve yet again. Pitts with the dig, trying to get out of the way is Fowler, as it goes right to the net, and here comes that aforementioned run. All of a sudden, a 9-point deficit cut down to 6, and if Lisbon gets 1 or 2 more points here, well, we might see another timeout by the Warbirds.
They'll probably need to take one.
Heckrell with a perfectly placed serve. This one back set. Vosberg gets the deep push. For the Broncos, Asha Sweet gets it to the middle. They got to get over on 3 there by Heckrell. Now it comes Fowler to the near side. Down the middle is Kaczynski, partially blocked at the net. Asha Sweet goes to the outside. Gilbert just bumps it over down the side. Pitts is there. Here comes a tip on number 2 on the dump. Asha Sweet back set. Well, Let's Go gets to the line. And this one's going to be to the left-hand side. Johnson quite can't get there, and Let's Go is awfully close, almost hitting the net, kind of tiptoed her way around it. But it's a point for the Broncos. Now that deficit by 9 is cut to 5. Heckrell with the serve. Kaczynski asks it for mine with a deep push. Good placement. Asha Sweet goes outside. This is to Gilbert. Gilbert hits one into the net, but the Broncos do some damage. But they're going to need another run like that, Will, to really put some pressure on the Warbirds here in this first set.
Yeah, only 3 points they can give up, and yet they have to score 9 themselves. It's getting a little too tight here and here, but you like the progress that they've made towards the end of this set.
Nelson with the service here. The Broncos will take it back within 5. We do have a substitution back into the contest as Healy for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Well, Let's Go a check out for the Lisbon Broncos, coming in as Ariel Lyons, the 5'5 senior setter. 22-17, Lions on a serve for Lisbon. An absolute rifle of a serve. This one comes near side. Here comes Pitts. Pitts gets to the right side. Sweet was there on the dig. Now to Gilbert. Gilbert goes down and going to be out of play. She's trying to hit the back corner there where Johnson was covering. It's now 23-18. Or did they give the point there to Lisbon? They might have on the scoreboard. So I believe it is 23-18 what we have it. Coach Tanner Carlson's making sure everything's good to go on the scoreboard here as well inside Lisbon High School. And now they give the Warbirds the point. So 23, make it 17. There we go. We're good to go. After that, here comes the serve. Back set goes cross court. Warbirds were there as they front serve. Now just a little miscommunication. Vosberg just gets it over. Sweet goes to the middle. This one going to get hit into the net. Unfortunate there by the Plazas. There was a double block coming, and now the Warbirds have a set point as this one goes underneath the bleachers, And where's Lincoln's dad?
Uh-oh.
Gonna have to find Pat somewhere as this one goes underneath the bleachers. That's why you always keep one extra volleyball handy for you. But, I mean, talk about placement in mini golf. That would be tough to hit. Here comes the serve. Lisbon just gets a little dump. I almost get the kill. Votsberg gets it over on 3 and a perfectly spot for the kill and the point. And a final here in set number 1. Wyndmere Lidgerwood wins set number 1, 25-17. We're back after this with Region 1 Volleyball in Lisbon here on your live event.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating 40 years of service in 2021. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. Call or text toll free at 888-683-5253 or visit their website at nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
Back on your live event, set number 1 goes to Wyndmere Lidgerwood. The Warbirds win it again, 25-17 in set number 1. And going back to our pregame show, Will Thompson talked about Lisbon just getting off to a better start than what they did against Maple River, having to play from behind. Unfortunately, they fell behind. They cut it down to 3, cut it down to 4, but couldn't get anything past that well here in the first set.
Yeah, we talked about not wanting to dig a deep hole, but this was the deepest out of any of them that I've seen so far. It started off with a big run, but really 12-3 is the number that sticks out to me, and that is a huge hole, and they're just unable to insurmount that.
For Lisbon, we'll see what they can do here at the front. You got Let's Go there alongside with hers DePlazes and the setter Sweet. In the back, you have Heckrell in the middle with them. You're going to have Lyons on to serve here for the Lisbon Broncos, and Kaya Sweet, the younger sister of Asha Sweet. Here comes a serve. This one out of play on the service error. The Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds take it up 1-0, and now 1-0 early on here in the second set.
And if you could choose to not have a service error on any serve, that would be the one. That's really hard to start a set after losing.
Nelson on to serve. Here comes the Broncos. Blocked at the net off the double block. Well, Let's Go was trying to hammer it through a Kaczynski and alongside a Pitts. That might be the best law firm name I've ever heard of, by the way. But that's a 1-2 punch there for the Warbirds at the net.
The legal punch, that's what we can call him.
Here comes Nelson on to serve. She hits one into the net, so 2 service errors combined early in the second set, and the Broncos will come on to serve. That's going to be with Let's Go, and we'll have a rotation and substitution. Hoffer will come in for the Broncos.
Well, that's a big break for Lisbon because it essentially erases their service error.
Well, Let's Go on to serve. Johnson digs it out. Here comes a deep push then by the Warbirds. Heckrell keeps alive, then does Sweet run into her bench. She looks all right, and the Broncos recover. They get it over on 3. Outside Pitts. Pitts able with a nice spike. Heckrell with the dig. Near side is Asha Sweet. She can't get it over the net, and a point for the Broncos. But if you're a fan of volleyball, you can't fault the effort there from Lisbon, Will, to keep that point alive.
Yeah, that's great looking, and they tried their best, but this middle of the lineup has been just too strong from the Warbirds.
Kaczynski on to serve, back set here. They get it over by DePlazes. There was no touch by Kaczynski, so a point here for the visiting Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds. And monkey see, monkey do. It's not 5-0, but 4-1. The Broncos digging themselves a little bit of a hole here in set number 2.
Still time to get out of it, though.
Sweet with a nice, trying to get that back set kill. She just kind of found herself running out of room there as Heckrell with the dig. He got tight on the net, but now another point here for the Warbirds.
Oh, this has just been unlucky. Great placed balls, but they've just been falling right outside.
And you're going to get an ace here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. It's now 6-1 Warbirds. Kaczynski with the ace.
Well, quickly this is starting to snowball on Lisbon, and that's not what you like to see if you're a Bronco fan.
Kaczynski at 5'10" continues to serve. Broncos just got to get it over on the free ball. They do deep one at that. Here it comes Mitchell. Gives it down the middle. Fowler to Vosberg, and Vosberg gets the kill. And a point here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Now 7-1 in this second set.
Yeah, these unforced errors are starting to compound another big run.
Kaczynski, a little bit of a knuckleball serve there. Sweet to the back as the Broncos get it over on 3. Warbirds, that's going to be with Fowler. Vosberg just gets it over. Now it's going to be at the net. DePlaza's trying to go to the 10-foot line. A right thought of mind, but out of play. And we'll have a rotation and a substitution here as Taylor Gilbert will check in for the aforementioned Katie, as Katie will check out. It's 8-1 Broncos.
That was one of about 3 so far this set. That's just about a half volleyball outside on that exact kind of play.
And pardon me, it's 8-1 Warbirds here against the Broncos. Lisbon able to get it over. Now it's going to be Fowler. Fowler goes outside. Pitts hammers one home. Run at the 10-foot line on the cross court. Perfectly executed there by Fowler, and Pitts hammers one home. It's now 9-1 in this second set. Time out on the floor. You're watching Region 1 Volleyball on your live event.
North Dakota is Southeastern's North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today.
Back here in Lisbon, where the Warbirds of Wyndmere Lidgerwood, just like set number 1, jumping out early. Set number 1, they got up by as many as 12-3 at one point. And for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, doing the same thing here in set number 2, up 9-1. By the way, for our complete rundown of schedule of games, I got a dandy tomorrow night in 11 AA football. You have Shanley and West Fargo Cheyenne right here on your live event. I know Will's got Oak Grove. That's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night here for a little 11B action. And the Lisbon Broncos, they're heading to Linton, going up against the Lions of Linton HMB tomorrow. That game not on your live event, but all the home games are right here. The Warbirds, we'll see if they can continue the rally for the Broncos. They just want to get a point and chance to serve, and that'll help. Fowler just kind of looks at Vosberg there and says, my fault, didn't give you the best set. And now there is the point that the Lisbon Broncos need, and now they need a little bit of a run with the server here in Gilbert. Gilbert with the perfectly placed volleyball. Talk about falling from the sky. It's now 9-3 Warbirds.
Yeah, that's about as beautiful as an ace as you can get. Not powerful, just lobbed right over there.
Kind of like a circle change.
Yeah, exactly.
Gilbert able to get this one over. Now they go to Pitts. Pitts back to the aforementioned Gilbert. Here comes a set. Heckrell gets blocked at the net. Heckrell had a lot of mustard on it, but bringing the bun and placing it back over was Pitts for the block.
Perfect block by Pitts. And Lisbon has been exposed last week and now this week again to strong defense in the middle. It's really exposed how if they're going to try to hit it into the middle, it's not a strong suit for them.
The Warbirds up 10-3 here in the second set with all of the momentum on their side of the court as well. Asha Sweet near side, Heckrell. Heckrell delivers and gets the kill. Sweet put it on a tee, and Heckrell hit one out of the park.
Well, there you go. Heckrell decides to switch it up and bring it on the outside, and we see an excellently placed spike and a point for Lisbon.
And only one blocker that Heckrell had to go around on that one-on-one. Here comes a serve, but unfortunate for the Broncos. Sweet goes out of play, so a service error on Lisbon, and the Warbirds with Pitts will come on to service. Checking back into the contest is Chloe Nelson for Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
Nelson a little shorter on that end there, but she's gotten a few good spikes down.
And you get a service error for a service error. Broncos will take it now 11-5 as they're trailing. Well, Let's Go will check into the contest, and coming on to serve for Lisbon, that'll be Clarissa Hoffer. Hoffer, the sophomore middle hitter at 5'10". One thing, though, that Lisbon does have is length, right? 5'9", 5'10". Got a 6-footer in there as well. Nice-looking serve. Nelson has to get down to a knee, and they just quickly get it over on two. Broncos to Heckrell. There was no block, and Heckrell, a molded one, just missed the end line there by about a half an inch. But I tell you what, if you don't get a block on Heckrell, look out. She hits a heavy, heavy volleyball.
Well, it looked like they didn't even attempt to block that from Heckrell because they knew that they couldn't really do anything with it.
Heckrell goes through a double block this time. Johnson able to get down, get the dig, and then talk about just right placement, or sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Goes on the Lisbon Broncos side for a point.
I think it's a case of being lucky and not necessarily skill there, but you'll take the points.
Johnson on to serve. This one comes to a Let's Go 10-foot line, and that goes out of play. It's now 14-5 Warbirds. And, well, this is very reminiscent to set number one here for Lisbon.
Yeah, things starting to unravel, and Lisbon's just unable to lay the ball down in the field of play.
They go to Let's Go, double block, partially blocked at the net. Johnson, they go outside. Here comes Nelson. Nelson gets over Let's Go. Nice pancake effort, and then the Broncos unable to continue with that rally right now. One thing from both teams, you really haven't seen just a long rally tonight, Will, where it goes back over the net 4, 5, 6 times. It's been 1 or 2 times, and someone gets the point. Back set to Heckrell. Johnson with a nice dig in the back. Then it comes to Nelson on the push over on 3. This one is Sweet. Back set, Let's Go. Let's Go goes cross court, and nice job. She gets the block off Kaczynski. The Warbird there on the left was Davis trying to get her left arm up. Couldn't do it, and a side out for the Lisbon Broncos.
Well, that's a good break in this onslaught for Lisbon. One of the bad things about getting in a deep hole early is that they had to burn a timeout early.
Yep. Heckrell on to serve. Johnson hits one into the net, and actually that'll go right over the net, and it's going to be, from my vantage point, looks like it was. Instead, it goes over. DePlaza's hit it, but it went on down on her side, so a kill there for Johnson.
That's unlucky ribbon action there for Lisbon.
I'd have to check my eyesight after that one, as this one does go into the net. 16-7 Warbirds over the Lisbon Broncos here in set number 2, and if there's a time for Lisbon to get a little 4-0 rally, it would be right now. Here's a serve. Johnson with the dig. You have Fowler there to the middle to Kaczynski. Nice job in the back by Sweet, but then you had Asha Sweet just colliding there with a teammate. Unfortunate there for Lisbon, as you saw Asha and Lyons just kind of look at each other and both say it was my fault on that one. But communication, Will, it doesn't matter what industry it is or sport, that is a large thing.
Oh, definitely important. And it just seems like this Lisbon team has not been communicating, a little demoralized because of these huge runs they've given up.
Nelson on to serve. This one goes to the middle, 10-foot line. Near side is Asha Sweet, cross court, and Asha Sweet gets the kill. Nice job. Goes cross court. Johnson couldn't quite handle it. There's the point for the Lisbon Broncos, as Kaya Sweet will check out. Let's Go will come on to serve. Warbirds also make a substitution. Coming in will be Healy, the defensive specialist on the back line, a junior at 5'8". 17-8 Warbirds here in the second set. Let's Go serves out of play and a point for the Warbirds. In set number 1, if you're just joining us, went to Wyndmere Lidgerwood 25-17. Kaczynski on to serve for the Warbirds, trying to close this second set away. Well, Broncos right now, talk about communication. Heckrell looked at her teammate, then she finally got it over. Fowler with the bump. Here comes the push by Pitts. Heckrell's there, 10-foot line to the outside. They get it over, blocked at the net, then quickly retrieved by Hoffer. Pitts gets it over, hits the post, and that's going to be out of play and a point for the Lisbon Broncos, as Wyndmere Lidgerwood has doubled up Lisbon here in the second set.
They're lucky to get that point. There seemed to just be a lot of miscommunication or just confusion on the Lisbon side of the court.
Warbirds come out to the middle. Pitts with the left hand. Heckrell was there, able to get the block. Back-to-back points for Lisbon. Right now, just trying to see who wins that battle at the net. And the Warbirds have done a pretty good job here so far, though, at the net winning a lot of those 50-50 balls. Fowler goes outside. Botsberg hits that one into the net. 3 straight points by the Broncos, and, well, kind of like what we did in the first set. You know, Broncos trail themselves a hole, try to get a little rally going.
And the question is, will that be enough to dig them out of the hole? It wasn't the first set.
Well, they get the ace there. Nice job by DePlazas, and there's a timeout by Coach Tanner Carlson. We'll break with them. 4 straight points here for the Broncos. They're down by 6 in the second set. It's Region 1 Volleyball here on your live events.
Olson Accounting offers services for individuals including financial and retirement planning, taxes, estate planning, and elder care. For business, Olson Accounting can help you with a variety of services including payroll, audit, strategic planning, and taxes. Learn more about these services and more to help you and your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Chase, Will, and Lincoln with you here on a Thursday night up on the Crow's Nest. Will, I don't know if there's a much better vantage point. Now, the Crow's Nest, you know, it feels like it's not Mount Everest, but it feels like the bunny version of Mount Everest to get up here. But I tell you what, once you're up here, it's one of the best vantage points in all of high school sports.
Oh, you can see everywhere in this gym from up here, and hopefully our viewers are appreciating that from the camera.
As Pitts gets it over on 3 after the timeout by the Warbirds. Warbirds have seen Lisbon going a little 4-0 run right now. They're trying to snap that. Broncos, and we might have a net or under the center. Yes, we do have a violation here on the Warbirds, so make it 5 straight points for the Broncos. 18-13, and Lisbon continues to serve on the plazas. And she'll come on. This one into the middle, dug out there by Healy. They go outside, trying to get the tip, but we might have a net violation. We do. However, this one will be against Heckrell and the Lisbon Broncos. So there's your side out for the Warbirds.
Yeah, Heckrell's been pretty good about getting over that net. Actually, a couple times she was close to the ribbon. That time she tips it. But for the most part, she's been pretty cognizant of that.
Davis on to serve for the Warbirds. Dug out in the back. A little bit of a miss pass, and Sweet just has to bump it over then on the third. Here comes Wyndmere Lidgerwood. They got to get it over on 3. They do with Oster. Now the middle, Heckrell going through a double, and that's out of play. Good job going down to a knee was Healy. Then she thought last second, I'm going to move my hands upwards, not hit the volleyball. And, Will, just talk about smart play there, knowing where you're on the court.
Well, excellent to know. And Lisbon took a shot there, which they can because they were lucky to get an opportunity for that shot after their free ball was not really handled well.
Lyons hits one into the net. A point here for the Warbirds, who are now just 4 away from closing out set number 2, trying to get up 2 sets to love here against the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon, they go outside. Heckrell hits one into the net back-to-back times to the Broncos, hitting one into the net. Now it's 23-13, and this is just one of those as a coach for Veronica Carter. Just want to see your girls kind of play through this, see if they can get a little rhythm going themselves. Heckrell, here comes a deep push there by Lyons. Good placement. They go outside for the Warbirds. It's Pitts cross court. There's the cover for Lisbon, but hitting the net is Sweet. And another point for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. 2 away now here in set number 2.
Yeah, not much you can do on that. That ball really just floating right in the net. It kind of makes a roof over you when you're trying to hit it up over it that close.
Brooke Davis on to serve for the Warbirds. Asha Sweet comes to the middle. That one's going to be partially blocked at the net after the hit by Hoffer. This one to the middle. Vosberg blocked there by Heckrell. Kept alive though in the back. Here's Asha Sweet. Sweet goes cross court. Warbirds there. Here comes the back step by Pitts. They bump it over then on 3 with Vosberg. This one comes to the middle is Heckrell. Heckrell just has to get it over on a free ball. Johnson's there. She gets it on a little give and go action. Now it goes back to the middle. Look out. Broncos almost run into each other. Sweet wins a joust at the net, but the problem was Sweet ran into the net, and it's going to be a point for the Warbirds.
You see this happen sometimes when you say that word joust. I think it's a good word for that. Hands getting caught at the net. Sometimes somebody's hand pushes another into the ribbon.
And right now the Warbirds on for a set point, and they're going to get it. Set number 2 goes to Wyndmere Lidgerwood, 25-13. 2 sets to none. Warbirds with the advantage. Can the Lisbon Broncos make a rally and come back in set number 3? Or can the Warbirds close out the Broncos here in Lisbon? We'll find out next on your live events.
To maintain maintaining the condition of your vehicle. Trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
In time.
It's Region 1 Volleyball here on your live event. A reminder, if you want, tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell your parents, tell anyone around, because you can rewatch tonight's game on your live event for free as well. Just search Your Live Event on YouTube or go to yourliveevent.com. The nice thing about yourliveevent.com, if you go there, you'll see all of our games that we have tonight. For example, our man Jerry is doing Fargo North and West Fargo Cheyenne at Cheyenne High School right now. We have a ton of football games for you on Friday Night Lights, anywhere from 3 to sometimes 6 or 7 high school football games we'll have for you. And Hawley, Ada Borup West, you have alongside Hillsborough Central Valley, some Squirrels, some Grovers. Well, it's a lot of fun here on your live event. A swath of a region. We cover it from the border of North Dakota, South Dakota, all the way up to the Canadian border. We got teams.
Yeah, lots to check out, and it's like you keep saying, all free.
All free. That's what we love. Set number 1 went to the Warbirds, 25-17. Set number 2 went to the Warbirds, 25-13. I think the one thing that Will mentioned on our pregame show that has really been right on the money, I mean, if you had to have a prediction, you hit it out of the park, Will, and that is starting early and trying to not give yourself a deficit. That's the reason why we've seen the Warbirds in set 1 coming out to a 12-5 advantage and even a 5-0 advantage, and in set 2, they got out as much as a 9-1 advantage.
Yeah, you talked while we were on a break there that it looked like a carbon copy of the first set. Maybe not exactly the same, but the same general idea. These big holes are hard to dig out of, and you cannot do it in this third set because this is your last chance. You got to win this one.
The Lisbon Broncos right now with Sweet. That looks to be highest Sweet again in the back here for Lisbon. Might have to check the roster as well, as they made a little bit of a new player into the contest, as we got just a little bit different of a libero jersey. So to the right-hand side for Lisbon is Lions. Service here for the Broncos, for the Warbirds. Lisbon, Asha Sweet sets it to Heckrell. Heckrell gets it over. Pitts is there to cover. Near side, they go cross-court on that one. That's going to be hit by Nelson. Outside Broncos as it's tipped into the nets. Unfortunate there for Lions. It's 1-0 Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
Yeah, and Kaya, the younger Sweet, is not listed as a libero, and I haven't seen her play libero, so it seems like Lisbon is just trying to do something to spark a change.
Something in the rotation. We'll see if it works, and this one goes out of play. Service here. It's 1-1 now for Lisbon. Mind you, Lisbon has never led yet in a set, and we're in set number 3, so a chance here to do that. It's coming on to serve is Kaya Sweet. This is 1-1, hits one into the net, and an error at 2-1. But again, if you're Lisbon, just kind of hang around early on this third set, find a little footing, and get that momentum for you. If you're the Warbirds, you want to do exactly what you did in set 1 and set 2. That's run away from your opposition. Hecker on the back, they get it over. Asha Sweet telling, I got it, get out of the way. Near side is Pitts. Pitts goes through a double block, and she actually went around the block. As Heckrell and Willetsko were expecting that cross, instead she comes more down the near side and she gets the kill.
Very tricky, but we've seen this, that the slow center of this Lisbon defense, they weren't able to react quick enough to that trickery.
Nelson gets it over. Sweet is there, and then Lyons tries to get that one. It's going to be an ace here for the Warbirds. Haven't said that too much, but we've seen Wyndmere Lidgerwood with a couple aces per set in set 1 and set 2, and now we're in set number 3, and for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, again, carbon copy, getting out early.
Yeah, everything seems to be breaking the way of Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
Lyons sets to Wiletsko. Wiletsko goes down the line. Johnson there to cover. That's to Nelson. Here comes a deep push from the Warbirds down the near sideline. This one they just got to get it over on 3. They do with Sweet. Nice placement. Johnson hits the deck. Here comes a deep push. Asher Sweet is there. This one gets bumped to the 10-foot line to Wiletsko. Gets it over. Warbirds with Nelson. Gets it. That's going to be hit over then on the deep push. For Lisbon, they come to the middle. That's going to be Wiletsko. Covering it's Kaczynski. Fowler to the near side to Kaczynski. Kaczynski down the far sideline. Wiletsko goes to the back, and DePlazas hits it just a little too hard out of play on the longest volley of the match. Ends up with the Warbirds.
Well, easily longest. That might have been the longest by a whole minute. That went on forever.
5-1 Warbirds. Sweet with the dig. Back set by Lyons. Heckrell comes to the middle, and Johnson sprawls out and gets the dig. Here comes the push. Sweet. Heckrell. Heckrell just bumps it over then on 3 as she was running out of room at the net. Here comes Pitts with another bump. Nice cover by the Lisbon Broncos. Wiletsko. Wiletsko goes cross, scored, and out of play. 6-1 Warbirds. Again, set 1 got up 5-0. Set 2 got up 9-1, and now up 6-1 here in set 3.
There's room for that to grow, too, if Lisbon doesn't get things figured out. The spark has not been set by changing to libero.
Lyons try to get the dump kill. Pitts then just comes unevaded. No one was blocking at the net, and Pitts rifles one home. It's now 7-1 Warbirds. And we get a timeout here by Coach Carter. We'll break as well in the third set. Warbirds trying to finish a 3-set sweep here in Lisbon over the Broncos. It's 7-1 Warbirds in the third here on your live event.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
In Lisbon, contact Lance Gulson at 701-683-4713. On your live event for Wyndmere Lidgerwood after tonight, they will play against the Central Cass Squirrels on Tuesday then at Fargo Oak Grove in downtown Fargo. That's coming up on Thursday for the Lisbon Broncos. They're in the Volley in the Valley tournament in Castleton this weekend, and they square off with Tri-State. That'll be upcoming here on September the 14th. And for high school football, they're at Lytton HMB. Upcoming here this Friday. Again, for all the home games, we got you covered in Lisbon here on your live event, whether it's volleyball, whether it's football, as that one is hit out of play, and we have a service error, and Heckrell comes on. So again, Lisbon Broncos, part of your live event. A lot of Region 1 teams, good area, good competition, friendly people. That is Lisbon. 7-2, Heckrell on the serve, and Heckrell gets the ace. Trying to come out and cover was Oster Canton after the timeout there by the head coach, Veronica Carter. Back-to-back points for the Broncos.
It was a great layout by Oster, though. Really got a lot of movement on that dive.
Heckrell goes back to Oster. Here comes Fowler, near side. That goes to Kaczynski. Sweet was there. Nice dig. Lyons trying to set. Asha Sweet gets it over then on 3. Fowler to the middle. Kaczynski, she just has to have a deep push. Asha Sweet covers the sideline well. To the near side. That's going to be Heckrell. Heckrell to the back left. Oster's there. Fowler near side, and that's going to be a miss hit by Pitts, and 3 straight points for Lisbon. Down 7-4 here in this third set in a win it for Lisbon. They need it set, otherwise the Warbirds earn the win.
This has been the most manageable hole, and they've gotten the closest in this set so far.
Pitts goes over a double team, doesn't use the 100-mile-an-hour fastball or the changeup, just kind of puts that slider across for the kill, and it's 8-4 here for the Warbirds.
Yeah, she's getting it done all over the court today.
Heckrell, Sweet, outside. They get it into the net. Unfortunate there for the Lisbon Broncos. Katie DePlazas hits that one into the net. Now 9-4 here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood as Kaczynski is on to serve again. Back right corner dug out there by Asha Sweet. Outside to Plazas. 1-2 gets partially blocked at the net. It almost came down like Vosberg. McKenna wanted to bring it down with her. She was coming down and it hits the top of her hand and then ricocheted out of play.
Great. That's the great placement. You can't do anything when it hits you just right there in between the head and the shoulders area.
Fowler to Pitts. Back right corner Asha Sweet. Now it's, Kaya. Here's Waletsko. Waletsko gets the kill. And what we've seen here, well, in the last couple of points by Lisbon, a couple of better passes, good sets, which allows your attackers to really get a 1-2 step and put some heat on the volleyball.
Yeah, their fundamentals have looked sound now, and they get these aces going their way too, and suddenly everything's looking good for the Broncos.
Ariel Lyons makes it a 9-7 deficit. They were down again 7-1 before the timeout. Lyons on to serve again. Fowler comes up. This one to Pitts. Pitts goes back right corner. She kind of was like a fadeaway jumper off balanced with the right hand. It's now 9-8, and don't look now. Lisbon has a chance to tie at 9 apiece in set number 3. Lyons, good serve. Dug out by Johnson, near side, as that one is going to be, oh, what a find. Vosberg went right between two Broncos of Heckrell and Lyons and split the party to get the kill.
A beautiful split right there. I didn't know we were out here bowling today, Chase.
The good old 7-10 split, which I will never hit in my lifetime, even with bumpers. 10-8, here comes the serve. Well, let's goes there. Lyons now outside of Asha Sweet. Good placement as Johnson has to sprawl on the ground to get that one. Votsberg with a tip. Well, let's go keeps alive, and then the Broncos with Sweet and DePlazas were just kind of looking at each other, and that was slow motion. You could see both of them saying, you go, as they took a step back, a point for the Warbirds.
Yeah, just miscommunication there. You need to have that on lock with this being potentially the last set.
Sweet gets it over on 3 after DePlazas was blocked at the net. Vosberg hits one in the net. It's now 11-9. 11-9 now your score. Wyndmere Lidgerwood up by 2. But we saw again Lisbon. This is the closest they've been, Will, at this point of a set. You know, kind of getting to that midway point as Waletsko comes on to serve.
They've been sticking around in this one.
Lotsberg just gets it over on the push. Now it's to the middle. Hitting the deck is Johnson, and then just trying to clear the way was Healy. Lotsberg been very active in the middle here for the Warbirds. Lisbon right now a chance again to tie.
For Johnson, that was about her first mistake on the day. She's been an anchor as the libero so far.
Well, let's go. Hits this one into the net. A side out and a point for the Warbirds. Wyndmere Lidgerwood will make a substitution to boot as well as Nelson returns. Checking out will be Healy, and serving is Pitts. Pitts with the serve. This one goes to the outside, and fortunately there for the Broncos, they try to get it over, but as we mentioned a couple moments ago, we've seen the passes going well for Lisbon. That one by line just kind of missed it, and it took the whole rotation away.
Yeah, there was no crumble. It just completely fell apart on one play.
There's Sweet Detskaya, now to the back. Getting one over is DePlaza. She gets the rope, and then underneath the center line, coming across again. If any part of your body goes underneath the center line and the officials see it, that's an automatic point, just like running into the net. Unfortunate there for Oster, and we do have a substitution as checking quickly back in is going to be Gaukler for the first time. Jacqueline, the freshman, getting some minutes here in this third set. On to serve to Plazas for Lisbon. Johnson has to get down to a knee near side. Going cross court is Nelson. Broncos going to the outside. Asha Sweet goes to left hand. Just couldn't quite place it perfectly. And a point for the Warbirds. It's now a 3-point advantage for the road team.
They're staying within striking distance, but they haven't been able to deliver that strike.
Asha Sweet right here will get it over on 3 after Kaya Sweet got the dig. This one comes to the middle, Kaczynski. Kaczynski partially blocked at the net there by Heckrell. Here comes Lyons to Heckrell. Heckrell with a nice placement on the tip. She saw the double block. She saw the back row, kind of like a shortstop, take a step back, and then just said, you know what? I know what I'm going to do with it. And kind of like a quarterback reading the defense perfectly, there was Heckrell.
Oh, definitely. And that's the first time she's dropped one in there like that, so they were not expecting it in any way, shape, or form.
Johnson just gets it over on a free ball. This one goes outside. Nice placement. Warbirds keep it alive. Nelson got a left mid on it. Then she just bumps it over on 3. This one in the middle was Sweet, bumps it to the far side. Lyons then hits one into the net, and a point and a side out for the Warbirds. 15-12 in a very tight third number set. Warbirds won set 1 25-17 and won set 2 25-13 as Hannah Fowler returns for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Warbirds right now trying to get on a little run and a rally. On the opposite side, the Broncos want that to take the lead. Hackrell unwinds and delivers. Pull up the ripcord and buries one. Hackrell gets another kill, 15-13 Warbirds.
Hackrell has been an anchor point for this Lisbon attack. These outside hits, crossing, it's been great.
And only a sophomore, so a couple more years in this Lisbon program. Johnson with the dig. Nelson able to get it over on 3. There's the cover then by Lyons. Asha Sweet back set. Let's go goes left-hand side and out of play. And that's just kind of been the thing here for Lisbon. Some of those errors and just not able to keep it in play. We've seen them really attack that end line, Will. They just haven't been close enough to force the defense to really have to continue to play those.
And when they've been down, it's been extending these runs against them. And when they've been up, well, it's really put a hamper on their ability to go on runs themselves.
Lyons outside. Let's go goes down the far side. Nelson was there on the cover. Here's Fowler now to Kaczynski. Kaczynski gets the tip. Let's go Sweet. Back to Sweet. That's Asha to Kaya Sweet. Fowler, near side, Pitts, cross court. Nice job by Kaya. She was there. Asha goes outside Lyons. Lyons over a double team. Johnson gets down to a knee. Fowler, near side, Pitts with a quick little dump over on 3. Back set here. Hackrell gets it over underneath, almost going over the end line. Here's a joust at the net, then won by Hackrell. Tell you what, Hackrell again at 5'10", understands what she needs to do, and now we saw her do it on the outside, but she was able to do it as a middle hitter that time, Will, as the Broncos down by 2, and they get the side out.
Yeah, she's changing it up. You know, they weren't having a lot of success in the middle with the hard stuff, so they came back with the soft stuff, and it's been effective.
This one comes near side. Pitts blocked at the net, kept alive by Kaczynski. Pitts then gets it over. Kaya Sweet on the cover, and then Asha Sweet just kind of looking where she's at. Let's go just gets it over on 3. Here it comes for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. They just bump it back. Asha Sweet back set. Let's go. Attacks and gets the kill. A point for the Lisbon Broncos. Lauren Oster was there, just couldn't cover quickly, and we've said this about 3 times in this set. A chance for Lisbon to tie. Hackrell coming on. Dug on the back. This one to Fowler. Near side Pitts. Pitts goes cross court. Kaya Sweet was there with the dig to Asha. The Lions with the push. Warbirds then get it deep over with Pitts. Hackrell. And now the Broncos got to get it over on 3. They just do, and they get the point. Kaya Sweet and Lions, they might have helped each other out like a 1-2 punch, and we're knotted at 16 apiece.
That's unbelievable. I was thinking that was going to go terribly wrong. 2 players running into each other, but it was just enough to get the point.
Hecker with the serve, deep push, and then Heckrell is about ready to cover. Asha Sweet didn't see her because Heckrell probably would have been there and got to it. Instead, Asha just kind of deflected it away. Unfortunate there for Lisbon as the Warbirds get the point. Here comes the serve. Kaya Sweet with the dig that goes to the Plazas. Now it goes to Asha Sweet, 10-foot line into the net, and the Warbirds get back-to-back points. 18-16 Warbirds. Lisbon with 1 timeout remaining here in this set. The Warbirds have 2. Wyndmere Lidgerwood hits this one into the net with Kaczynski. She'll come out. Johnson will come in on the rotation. For the Lisbon Broncos, back a chance. If they can get just a little 3-point rally here, they can really try to take the lead.
They've cut it from being down perpetually by 3 to being down perpetually by 1, so they're making progress.
Pitts went one-on-one, and she hit one to the right-hand side, and it's going to be a kill in 19-17. The Warbirds, what they're trying to do is close out the Broncos here. You hear in sports, when you got a team that's on a life support, so to speak, time to put them away because you never want a rally going against you or maybe something big. And the Warbirds are 6 points from doing that, but what a nice job with the dump kill there by Lions. Found the hole in the Warbird defense and a point for the Broncos.
Well, if you're a Warbird right now, you're trying to run the clock out. They've gone back and forth as the first set we've seen back and forth action, but we're getting to the end of this set now.
Well, let's go on to serve. They got to get it over at 3 with Fosberg. They do. Heckrell trying to bump it up. Deep push. This one, Johnson now on the second to Pitts. Pitts just gets it over. Lisbon able to recover. They get the set outside. Sweet with the tip, and there is going to be the point. And we're knotted at 19 apiece. It was tied at 16 apiece. It's tied at 19 apiece. A reminder, it was 7-1 to start Warbirds. So since then, Lisbon just has been playing a little better volleyball. Well, Let's Go almost got that one to drop in. Instead, it's out of play, service error, and a point for Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
That's risky to do this late in the match and in the set. Gamble, and it doesn't pay off.
Here comes Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Warbirds on to serve at Pitts. Broncos will have to get it over on 3. They can't with Lions trying to attack at the 10-foot line. 21-19. We'll see if we take a timeout here. We do. Warbirds and up by 2. Coach Carter for Lisbon wants to talk it over with their club. 21-19. Wyndmere Lidgerwood over Lisbon. It's Region 1 volleyball here on your live event.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
After the timeout by Coach Carter and the Lisbon Broncos, they're down by 2. What's at stake? Well, if Wyndmere Lidgerwood wins, it'll be a 3-set sweep for the Lisbon Broncos. They need to win this 3rd set to try to decide at a 4th set and maybe get to that ever-decisive 5th set.
First things first, you got to win this one. And if you're the Warbirds, you don't want to let them back into it.
Lisbon hits one a little bit too hard there with Clarissa Hoffer. 22-19 Warbirds with Pitts.
That's a big point there. The difference between 21 and 22 is quite a lot.
Pitts on the serve. Heckroll there with a dig. That goes to Asha Sweet. Back set. Here it comes, and that one hits the net. Unfortunately there with Katie. The plazas. It's now 23-19 Warbirds, and Wyndmere Lidgerwood 1 point away from not just a set, but a match point. Serve, dug out in the back to Sweet. Sweet goes outside. This one hits into the net, and right now it's been a little bit more of the mistakes, the self-inflicted wounds by Lisbon these last 3 points.
And now you can't inflict any wounds to yourself. There are no more mistakes left to have.
Warbirds on to serve with Pitts again. Dug up by Kaya. Sweet in the middle to Asha. She dumps it over on 2, and she's going to able to get the dump kill. It's a nice job by Sweet. Came close to the net, and that's when you're a setter. You're really going to make your decision up. Do you trust yourself to set up one of your teammates, or are you just so close where you just got to get it over? And Asha, tight to the net, able to get that one. But the Broncos need a run. They need 4 straight points as Katie comes on to serve. Pitts. Going to get it right back, and that one is going to go over the net and finish for the kill. Unfortunate bounce there, and the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds will win this one going away by a final of 25-17, 25-13, and 25-20. Wyndmere Lidgerwood improves to 1-1 in Region 1 play, while the Broncos drop to 0-2. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back with our post-game show and let you know what's coming up this weekend on your live event next.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
If you're in need of Minnesota and/or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at YourLiveEvent1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Back here
Abuse can affect.
Back here on your live events, again, your final 25-17, 25-13, 25-20. Wyndmere Lidgerwood earns the 3-set win. Will, I know we kind of talked about early things going, and for Coach Carter, for the Lisbon Broncos, trying to find a little bit of a rotation. They'll have opportunities to do that in Castleton at the Volley in the Valley tournament this weekend. For Wyndmere Lidgerwood, you'll take this win, get a couple more days to try to improve before a very good Central Cass team comes into town on Tuesday. But what impressed you most about both Wyndmere Lidgerwood, and I know the Broncos lost, but I think Heckrell probably stood out, maybe an Ashes Sweet in terms of her ability to play. Who and what kind of impressed you most between these two teams, Will?
Well, definitely. I was most impressed with, Lisbon didn't end up winning, but the way that Lisbon was able to attack from the outside and then switch it up in the middle and come in with the soft stuff on the inside. The Warbirds didn't seem to have a solution for that change. Everything was going fine when they could just get up there and block it. But suddenly when it came in soft at them, they didn't quite know what to do. But for the Warbirds, they had an extraordinarily strong defense up the middle, both in the front and with the libero Johnson out in the back. I mentioned she had made one mistake there. She dove the wrong way for a ball. Other than that, a flawless game. She was making digs all game long, serving as an excellent anchor for the Warbirds' defense, and that really provided a spark for them. Lisbon's going to want to clamp down. We talked about it before the start of the match, those big runs to start. That was the death sentence for them.
And that was one of the things, getting down as much as 5-0, 12-5 in set number 1, down by as much as 9-1 in set number 2, and down by as much as 7-1 in set number 3. Good news is it's still early in September, as coming up for the Lisbon Broncos, a couple of non-region games for the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds. Next week again, home to Central Cass and at Fargo Oak Grove a week from tonight. Warbirds now 2-5 on the season, 1-1 in Region 1 play. For the Lisbon Broncos, they dropped to 2-7-1 on the year and 2-0 in Region 1 play. Thanks to Lincoln running the camera. On behalf of Will Thompson, I'm Chase Miller. Make sure you check out all of our action that we have got for you tomorrow night for Friday Night Lights, and also some of our volleyball games going on right now as well. Go to yourliveevent.com. You'll check out our schedule there, or search Your Live Event on YouTube. And after the conclusion of this game, if you want to rewatch tonight's game, make sure, again, you just go to YouTube, and you can do that for absolutely free. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in to Region 1 Volleyball tonight. Again, your final from Lisbon. On behalf of Will Thompson, I'm Chase Miller. It is a 25-17, 25-13, and 25-20 3-set win for the Warbirds here on Your Live Event.
We'll be right back.